Hi guys, is this working? Is is this working? Oh my god. It's so stressful. You guys, like 10 seconds ago, my computer crashed and it died. It just refused working. So for a split second I thought I just had you guys come over for nothing, like just stare at the blank picture. So is this working? Let me know. Let me know if you can see me and let me know if you can hear me. Because I guess that's important. I don't know. Is it working? Yay! God! My heart is pumping because, like, I literally thought it's not working. Ah. So what happened is, I wanted to show you a picture of this dessert that I made, and for some reason my computer just thought that's too much, and it just stopped working. So then I opened the manager, and then the system went down, and I was like, really? So yeah. So for 10 seconds it just crashed, and I just left the room because I was just stressed out it's not gonna work. But yeah, it's working, and you guys are here, and I can read your chat. So that's great. Where are you guys from? Let me know. I wonder who's like the furthest, the most far away. Who will have the most kilometers away from Poland? That's what I'm wondering at this moment. I can see some. Oh, this chat is really fast. You guys have to chill. Iowa, okay, Argentina, Hungarian. It goes so fast. Damn it. Italy, digestion biscuits, a very well-known location. New York, Mexico. That's a lot of places. That's a lot of people. Czech Republic, UK, Nevada. Anyone from New Zealand? I just had a notification that this whole live stream is not smooth enough for YouTube, so let me know if there are some issues, if it's lagging or whatever. What is it saying? Oh, it says it's gonna buffer while you're watching it, but yeah, it's the best I can do. Minneapolis, I don't know how to pronounce that. That's a lot of places. Valhalla, that's far away. West Virginia. Oh, also, I forgot. So, here is something for people that can't hear me. That's a lot of places, guys. I can't even read them all. Can you hear the music? I was trying to get some chill piano music in the background, but I'm not so sure if it's a good idea. I was a bit worried. Not lagging, yay! Guys, it took me, I swear, it took me I think 3 days to set this thing up because I've never done a live stream before. I had to like download a special software for it, and then I had to plug in my phone instead of the laptop camera because my laptop camera is so old and ugly. So it took me I think 3 days to actually figure this out and be like, okay, if I plug this then the microphone doesn't work, and if I plug the headphones then I can't hear anything. So I guess that's probably the amount of time that a Victorian lady would have to like figure this out. Hi Texas. Hi Christy from Texas. How old am I? You should never ask a lady that, so. Ukraine. Malaysia. My cat is pushing me off my chair. Don't let him do that because he will be spoiled, like mine, and will not listen to you and will bite your ankle. So again, a special hello to anyone that can hear me. And also I was thinking, if someone can't hear me and would like to ask a question, so if you have any questions, I'm not sure if you can see it, that you would like me to answer by writing, you can insert written please at the end of your question, and hopefully if I can see it, I'll answer it by writing. We'll try it. I don't know if it's working. I don't know if it's a good idea at all, but we're gonna try it. So, how old is my camera? The laptop one I think it's at least like 3 years old. So for modern software, it's super old. For old stuff like old cameras, it's probably like a blink in a million years that it's gonna still be working. How is everything? How is the weather? Do you have spring weather where you're from? Because we just started to have like a really nice warm weather here, and I just love the birds. I'm currently at the countryside, and just the sounds that they make when I wake up is enough to get me out of the bed at like 7, which does not happen normally at all. So is it equinox tonight? Is there a way to put the chat what? To slow the chat down? Well, you just have to stop writing. I guess that's the only way. But if you want to, you can just click the thingy on the right, like the slider. And I'm not wearing a corset because I'm lazy. But I can show you what I am wearing. So basically I asked you guys to wear... Thank you, my hair does look good, does it? It looks like a bird's nest, but... So I was making this for the Victorian Ball in Bath, which, as all things, has been cancelled / postponed till next year. So I'm wearing it now, and it's supposed to be worn without a corset. I think it looks nicer with a corset, but I'm wearing it without because you can only see me to here, so who cares? But I'm gonna show it because, like... See? Yay! That's my wrapper right there. And I actually finished it for today's live stream, as probably a lot of you did with your costumes. So here's another thing. If you want to show off what you're wearing, please use the hashtag #CostumeTeaParty on Instagram, and I'll try to have a look at those in the meantime, like when I'm not talking to you or doing something. So #CostumeTeaParty is the hashtag. How do I have quarantine in Poland? I guess you could say so. I mean, everything is closed down and people are encouraged to stay inside, but there is not like a formal quarantine, like they won't punch you if you go outside, if that's what you're asking. So yeah, I'm gonna go and have a look at the hashtag now, because I'm pretty sure we have some amazing people posting there already. Woo! Yay! Let me show you. So I've never tried showing you stuff before, so wait, if I go to display... Yeah. Oh, damn! Okay. Oh, crap. Okay, can you see it now? So Markiska is hemming stays right now. And Julia is wearing a Regency outfit, which is glorious. It's so good. How is it unfinished? I can't see anything that's wrong with it. See, this is what you have to do. You just have to... I hate this. I don't know how to stop the software from doing that, but... Slugging, yeah, it is. Sorry about that. As I said before, I'm at the countryside, so the internet is kind of rubbish, but... But yeah, so the weather is nice. And even though I'm stuck here, I don't know about you, but this whole quarantine stuff and, you know, everything being cancelled, etc., is very a creative time for me because I have to work. You can slow down the chat, you say? I don't think I can, to be honest. Anyway, yeah, it's really creative. Like, I've been doing a lot of stuff. I've been cooking a lot, which is really strange because I never cook. I can't cook. But like today, today we ate this. So I wanted to. I lost the message. Oh. Yeah, the cat is helping me a lot. And yes, the hashtag is costume tea party. Slow mode? Where are the chat settings though? Let me have a look. Chat. Oh, slow mode. Okay. It says. So I'm gonna set it to 30 seconds between messages. And I'm gonna save it and hopefully that works. I don't know, I'm a noob. I've never done this before, so sorry about that. But yeah, like I've been cooking. I've made the creme brulee, but I didn't have Yay! Get ready with me for the tea party. That's great. Good luck on your YouTube channel. So anyway, creme brulee story. So I wanted to make creme brulee, but I didn't have those small pots that you use for it. And that was kind of an issue, but I thought, you know what? I'm not giving up. I have plenty of eggs. So I made it in this like huge pot. It's basically like a creme brulee pizza. And it worked, and it was delicious. And you literally just had to cut like slices of creme brulee and just like eat it. So I ate 3 slices of creme brulee today. How was your day? You know what I was thinking? I don't know, are you doing any sewing right now? Thank you, Victoria. Hot chocolate can be an acceptable substitute to tea. Oh, I did not drink tea from the beginning of this. My tea is, I don't even know what kind that is, because I just took whatever was in the cupboard, to be honest. Creme brulee pizza band name. Yeah, that'll work. I didn't burn it. It worked. Like, I can't cook. I never did. And for some reason, I'm just so, not even bored. I'm just, so willing to try new stuff and be creative with it. So yeah, are you sewing stuff right now? Because I was thinking of either stitching up this and like row hemming it, or we could have a look at some memes. So whatever you prefer. Vintage blouse. I can try emailing you a slice of the creme brulee pizza, but I mean, it's already flat, so it could fit in a... I could send it via normal post, but thank you. You know what? I'm just gonna stop it and go buy a bit. Vegan creme brulee. I've tried that. My sister did that once. Knitting. I need to learn that. 18th century shirt. That's tough on your hands, indeed. Vintage blouse. Lots of cosplay. Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. It's just 18th century petticoat. That's lovely. It's just a time when all of these old abandoned projects are like, hello, you haven't finished me. So, anyone here in a kimono? Someone's asking. Thank you, Cinnamelo. Tak, mówię po polsku. Yay! What's the deal with Animal Crossing? Does anyone know? Because, like, I only heard about it and I know people are obsessed with it. Why are you guys obsessed with it? This will be uploaded to my channel, yeah. I hope so, if I manage it, because, like, I've never tried it before. 1860s corset. Ambitious. Circle skirt. Okay, shall we have a look at the hashtag to see what else has come up? Come on! I really need someone to, like, get all the technical details sorted for me, because... Oh wow, that's a lot of stuff. Woo! Wow! You guys look amazing. I should probably just... Wait, where is the newest stuff? I think it's here. Is it? Yeah. I might just show you all of the outfits, because I'm not sure if I have time to show each and every one of them separately. So we have some vintage styles, we have modern clothes, we have medieval stuff, dinosaurs. Ooh, that's a nice hairstyle. And that's a nice looking tea set. Wow. Is that what I look like on your screens? Wow, I need to straighten myself up a bit. Regency, 18th century. 18th century. That's an impressive makeup. Okay, now I have to do it quick because I don't want... Yeah, well... Yeah, okay, it's gone now. Do I like Hungary? Yes, obviously. I used to go to Hungary on like summer holidays for like 10 years straight at least, and I also went there almost every May for like 10 years for the May weekend to Budapest. So yeah, obviously. I love the white cheese thingies that you have. So good. Cute and fun, Animal Crossing. Is it an app or is it a PC game? Can I teach you some Polish? Dobry wieczór, which is good evening. So anyway, I was trying to come up with ways of making this more entertaining, and I thought we might have a look at some memes. Because obviously that's what meme children do, right? Thank you. Am I looking gorgeous? I look like an old Victorian lady, but you know what? Whatever you prefer. Do I believe that girls should start wearing corsets again? Should is a strong word. If anyone wants to, you know, it could be a trend, I guess, but I think some fashion designers are actually trying to make it work, but... Have I ever visited Romania? Yes, but only on my way somewhere. So I think I spent a total of a couple of days in Romania, but that was only traveling to somewhere. Historical costume museums in Poland. There is one in Poznań, which is on the west north of Poland, and it's a freshly opened, I think it's only a year old, museum by a fellow costumer, and that's the only one that's solely dedicated to fashion history, whereas all of the others sometimes have costume displays, but it's not like the whole display is dedicated to fashion history. Am I bored? Not really, no, I have a lot of stuff to do. I haven't been to Malta. Yeah, so let's focus on memes, because that's what's important, right? Memes. Guys, I have... you really want to learn Polish, huh? So let me just say that memes are pronounced meme in Polish, in the plural form, and then it's mem when it's a single meme. So now you can be more fancy and go like, oh, have you seen this fresh mem? But anyway, yeah, memes. So I picked some random memes of Reddit, and that was a couple of days ago, so I can't really remember what they were saying. But anyway, here is the World War II meme, which is always kind of risky and controversial, but this one was too good. Germany invades Poland. Britain and France declare war on Germany. Britain, France, and Germany for the next 6 months. I think this is this one thing in Polish history that Poles are really salty about, like, even over all these years. Because, like, come on, guys. This is precisely what they were looking like. Next meme. Again, a very Polish-related meme. So, if in case you don't know Polish history, in 1989 the communism ended, and we were really trying hard to like catch up and be like super Western. So, we were. Why are you staring at me? Anyway, so in around 91 was probably the time that everyone was wearing like fake Adidas t-shirts and like trying to be like, oh, I'm so Western. So why am I explaining a meme? It kills it. How do you swear in Polish? Oh, I'm not gonna tell you in this video / stream. I've been to Germany, obviously. It's so close. What do I think about Germany? I've learned German for 3 years, and it's not my favorite language ever. But the Germans I've met are really nice, and they're really... I think that this is one of the stereotypes that are true about Germany, is that they're really well organized, and like they have their stuff put together. When your clothes order arrives and everything looks great and you don't have to return anything. Yes. I've never ordered anything to this facility. Why do I keep calling my house a facility? I don't know. How did Meryl Streep do in Sophie's Choice? Terrible. I'm sorry to say. I love her, but she did really bad. I don't think a single actor in Hollywood have ever nailed a Polish accent or just a Polish phrase. Like Marion Cotillard butchered it. Robert Pattinson butchered it. So anyway, back to this guy. I think there was a similar meme with a 16th century outfit where the guy was smuggling snacks into cinema. Facility, right? Why do I keep using that word? Do I think that people should start wearing hats again? I would love it. I would love for it to be a thing, and I don't know why clothing companies haven't picked up on this trend, because they would like literally get millions of dollars if they started making hats. I think, like, imagine every single person you know owns like 10 hats for different occasions, and then they have to, you know, change them from season to season. That would boost the clothing industry so much. Obviously, you know, I don't want the clothing industry to be making more and more stuff because they already make too much, but... Next meme. Do I celebrate Vigilia? Yay! Yes, I do eat opłatek. I just said it with an English accent. But yeah, it would be cool if hats came back, I think. Because sometimes I feel like wearing hats and I feel like an idiot when I go out and I'm like, you know what, everyone's staring at me, I'ma just let it go. Bring back bonnets 2020, it's time. Yes! Bring back the bonnets. I have never left Europe. So I've traveled all around Europe, but I've never left Europe. Like, I've never traveled outside Europe. Next meme. Oh, this is a strictly fashion history related meme I stole off Reddit. So, head were in the early 1800s, bonnets, straw hats, turbans. Head were in the 1810s in Buenos Aires. Giant wall breaking calm! I wonder, because it looks like a real thing. I think it's a real thing. I think it's a... I don't think it's 1810s though, because when you look at it, it's definitely 1830s or late 1820s, but I think it's a satire on how big the head were, and generally speaking, headpieces began to be around that time. But I just think it's a good meme, like, even without the text, it's a good 19th century meme. See, they had memes too. Ever went to France? Many times, yeah. Can you say a vine that you remember? Daddy? Do I look like a daddy? That was awkward, sorry. So this meme I inserted purely because of its educational misconceptions, because obviously, as we all know, you can either go sideways with a pannier like that, or you can just squish it because it's not a solid construction. This particular one is quite wide, so I guess you probably wouldn't be able to like squish it, but then this wouldn't be worn on the streets or like, you know, in the carriage, because it's a court gown. It would be worn, you know, in the presence of the queen or something. Like, it's a formal gown. That's the thing, like, nowadays we tend to take the formal stuff and be like, oh, this is what they wore back then, but, you know, if you took a modern tuxedo and you would be like, oh, this is what they, you know, did sports in, that will obviously be a lie, so... She has a plasma TV under there. I've been to Rome, yeah. I mean, pretty much all of the mainstream European countries I visited at some point, because, like, my parents used to travel a lot when we were kids, and I mean we still do, but we used to pick a particular country and then just go all the way around it. So I did see quite a lot of places, and I'm really grateful for that. Yeah, when we go to Czech Republic, we try to speak Polish and like understand each other, but doesn't always go so well. I figured out that mostly works when people are like over 40 for some reason. Maybe that's because, I don't know, they've just learned this ability, but I'm not always being able to understand Czech and Slovak people when we're only speaking like Czech and Slovak and Polish. I've been to Latvia. I've been to Scotland, I've lived in Scotland, I've been to Lithuania, and I think most of the Scandinavia except Denmark, so... That sounds like bragging. I'm not bragging. It was like all over the years. I didn't go like 1 year all of these countries. Next meme. When you photobomb your wife's painting, but now you have to stand still for 13 hours. Relatable. This is so funny, because, like, I think it was way more than 13 hours, though. I think it was, like, 13 days. But his face says it all. There was some traditional Polish clothing, but I really need to do some more research on it, because, I feel like Polish sources are sometimes pretty old and unreliable, and modern research is not really fashion-oriented when it comes to like history in general. So you have to read all those sources, but keep in mind that they've been written in the 70s, and not all of them are correct in a way. Oh, it's a video game, Animal Crossing. We're still talking about it. Okay, I could come to Copenhagen. No, I haven't been to Canada. I haven't been outside Europe because I'm a European. What is my dream sewing project or a sewing skill I'd like to master? Corset making, I guess, because that's the thing where I always fail, or it doesn't turn out the way I want it to be, and I'm not happy about the silhouette, so that's the one skill I think I should master. Netherlands. Yeah, I guess, but I think it was only on my way somewhere. Relationship status. Come on. Denmark again. Greece? Yes, I've been to Greece. Why did I live in Scotland? I did my master's degree there from film directing. I did film directing. Next! For those who think history doesn't repeat itself, guys, it's basically the same thing. Like, we're laughing at these girls nowadays. We're like, oh, it's too much. But, like, look at these ladies. This is exactly the same thing. It's just that nowadays we have plastic surgery or sometimes padded pants. And back then it was all bustles and cushions and cages and stuff. So it's pretty much the same. This is... This is also true when it comes to fashion history. And I'm partially guilty of that because I tend to focus on the European history, but that's because A, I know more about European fashion history, and B, it's just I'm really interested in those structured looks with all of the layers and the corsetry and the bustles, and, you know, it's really over the top, whereas I think, because I don't really know Asian fashion history, but I think it's more about the particular fabrics, the way they're, you know, intertwined together, etc. But I'd love to get more into that because there are so many interesting topics in that. And I also love when those two, like, fashion zones are intertwined. So you have the Asian history. Why am I looking at this meme? The Asian fashion history that is really influenced by the European fashion, and then you have European fashions that are, you know, stealing stuff from the Asian cultures. So it's never black and white. Do you think that English language education in Poland on its own is good enough for people to be able to carry a conversation in English language? I think it is. I think it's pretty good, actually, because, as I said, I've traveled a lot around Europe, and there are a lot of countries where you just can't. If you don't know the local language, you're just stuck. And it's not even about, you know, elderly people. It's just people in general. They either don't know English or they don't want to use it because they don't feel comfortable using it. So I think in Poland it's pretty, at least in the bigger cities, it's pretty decent. Like it's easier to find someone speaking in English on an understandable level, at least. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was obvious that it was a bustle and not the actual body. True, but then you had the corsetry, then you had the fake boobs. Have I seen the new Emma film? No. I haven't made it to the cinema before they closed them. But I really want to see it now that it's apparently available online, so I'm gonna pay that money. Historical spinster fashion? That's basically what I wear every day. Have I ever played Minecraft? I'm not a fan of the graphic design. Oh, a sip of tea. Good idea. Should we have a toast to our sewing projects, so they all may go well and uninterrupted? So deep. That's cold. That's some cold tea. Why am I not speaking Polish? Because majority of these people that are watching this are not Polish, and, you know, English is kind of a universal language. So yeah, that's why. Was I ever a Sims person? Was I? I don't know. I made some Sims characters. Yeah, hanbok, I know that. It's a lovely silhouette. And actually, I think I like it a lot more than other Asian fashions, especially because of that silhouette, because it's so striking, and there is a lot of structure in it as well. And the Emily Flöge dress that I did, actually, I think was influenced by the hanbok designs. Designs? No, the silhouettes. I do not pour booze in my tea. Pepsi Max is a good choice. Yay! Next meme. So yeah, just to clarify, the previous meme was about how Asian history doesn't get any attention in like medias, and it's always overlooked because we're always looking at things from the European perspective. Just to clarify, because someone's like, that's a nasty meme. So yeah, well, there is a lot of funny memes about the Habsburg family, but I mean it's kind of terrible. But then you can't help to laugh. Next meme. I mean, again, the picture on the left is not really what fashion companies propose as a ready-to-wear fashion, so it's kind of unfair to compare those two. And then, you know, we would all love to look like the lady on the right, but practicality comes into it, and it's not that easy. Oh, you're here from Jenna Marbles. That's cool. I liked that video. I think I need to make some more, but I just can't pick a particular YouTuber to focus on. I wanted to do Shane Dawson as something, like as an 18th century drama lady, but I couldn't really... Oh, someone's boyfriend broke up with her. That's really terrible. I mean, it's not. You can handle it. We're all here to support you, so let's just have a look at memes and sip some tea. Cold tea, but still. That's something that I really don't like about a history education. It's just that... Yeah, sorry, I'm reading and trying to talk at the same time. Yeah, that's what I was supposed to wear for the cancelled. It's not really cancelled. It's just postponed until next year. It's an Edwardian wrapper, which is kind of like a dressing robe, or I don't know how to call it, loungewear. So I wouldn't wear it to the ball actually, but I would wear it, you know, after the ball, just chilling. I didn't make my earrings. They're made by Lady Detal on Etsy. So go check her out. She does some amazing stuff. So yeah, but yeah, about the meme. I was really uninterested in history when I was in high school because I just didn't like the way it was told. So we had a teacher that, you know, did an okay job, but didn't really spark much interest in me, like, regarding fashion, because I thought fashion is only, like, stupid dates and, you know, stuff you have to learn by heart and then write it and memorize it and then write it on a piece of paper. But it was mostly like, so this guy ruled from this time to this time, and then this battle happened in this year. So I think it would be really cool if we could introduce some stuff about like daily life into history lessons, because, you know, we can't relate to battles. Can I do a video on 1930s fashion? I might at some point. Yeah, I probably will do the 1930s fashion is not what you think video. Though I think I would do the 1940s fashion first, because I feel like it's maybe more stereotyped than the 1930s one. I feel like a lot of people don't even know what 1930s fashion was. They're like 1920s, but with a higher waist. I don't know. It shouldn't be medieval though. It probably should be like Renaissance, because medieval queens kind of look like the ones on the right. Like, it's not a pretty picture. They had to like really get their skill up. What's the deal with those crazy 1600 colors? I don't know, but I love it. Do I like musicals? Not really. I loved High School Musical as a kid, if that counts. But like the real musicals, I really have a hard time not being sort of pulled out of the story by the fact that they're all constantly singing, and it's just not really my thing. But I like some musical music. I am not going to review any movies anytime soon, because Because I haven't seen most of the ones that you suggest, and also, like, most of the costumes have the same problem. They're just not inventive enough, or they're not, they don't even know what they're trying to portray, so... Do we have any more memes? Oh, yeah! So this is what I wanted to ask anyone that's based in, like, where Baltic Germany used to be. No, there was no such thing as Baltic Germany. What am I saying? But, like, Baltic Germans, that would refer to, like, a geographical location. So, speaking of, like, high colors, I feel like maybe this comes from a place where it was... Oh, is that a Dürer drawing? I think so. So it looks like a very windy place. I think this would work perfectly in Edinburgh. What's Baltic? I guess it's around the Baltic Sea, like the area near the Baltic Sea. So I guess it's the northern Germany. Modern Germany, obviously, because back then it would be like... What country was it? Ah, see, that's what I'm saying about, like, history lessons. This is what I need right now. Anyway... I found this so funny because the guy on the left is just... Can you imagine, like, modern hipsters going for this look? I would cry with laughter every time they would, like, walk near me. And I feel like it's possible, because I've seen all those dudes wearing those really huge, like, sneakers with this, like, how do you call it? There's this piece that sticks out at the bottom, so it makes their feet look bigger. So if you move it the opposite way, it's 100% this look. Hi, Finland. I am dressed as a courtesan at work. Not too bad. Men's fashion always disappoints me. Well, when it comes to this fashion, I guess, yeah, it's Prusy Wschodnie, yeah, see? That's the lesson I was sleeping at. Do I like pierogi? What kind of question is that? I'm Polish. Of course I do like pierogi. That picture is calling out to me, flop, flop, flop. Yeah, I can imagine the guy going like, here is my outfit, don't mess with my shoes. The Balenciaga shoes, are those the ones that guys are wearing now? I'm so out of touch with modern fashion. Do we have some more memes? Oh yeah. Dinosaurs. Minding their own business and vibing. A rock from space. Good day, gentlemen. I'm here to change the future. There was this other dinosaur meme that I couldn't find, where it was like two dinosaurs talking about a shooting star, and they're like, oh, look at that. Oh, aye, that star is kind of close, isn't it? Jesus, telling memes without actually showing it, it's probably the most hopeless thing I've ever seen on the internet. And I've ever done. My favorite pierogi feeling is, it's ruskie, which is potatoes and onion. Yeah. And, no, potatoes and cheese and onion. Does it have onion inside? No, I don't think it... Do I like the American Girl series? Is this the doll series? I had a look at that a couple of times because someone said it looks like what I'm doing, and I was like, I'll take that. Make a wish. That looks kind of close, don't it? Yeah, that's the meme. I loved it. What was a favorite childhood show that you still watch today? Okay, Totally Spies is the thing. I'm still watching it. And I was kind of old though, like I think I was 13 when it was on in Poland. But then there is also H2O, Just Add Water, Chef's Kiss, Prime Entertainment. Favorite Worth gown? I think it's the one that Cynthia from Red Threaded recreated, the one with the white one with the black decoration. Do I drink Corona? I am a very unusual Pole and I don't drink at all. Unless it's cold tea. Were there ever men's corsets? Yeah, a lot of them. There were really amazing corsets in the early 19th century. Some really good stuff. You should have a look in it. There's plenty of like information about it. That's the thing. Like I get messages a lot about like, oh, could you tell me about the sources on 1920s fashion? You have the internet. Just start there. Once you find at least one available book, and there's a lot of books available online, you can have a look at what books they used to write that book, and that's a loop, and you'll just be stuck, looking for books forever. But obviously, if you're looking for images, you can have a look at Pinterest, and I usually tell people to start on Pinterest if they're looking just for visual inspiration, but there is a lot of stuff that's misnamed, or the dates are all over the place, and you just have to kind of make sure that what you're looking at is actually what you're looking at. There is a lot of like theatrical costumes that are being named as like, oh, this was made in 1850. It wasn't. It was a film costume from 1964, but so you have to be careful with that. Again, one of those. It's just so good because like all of the memes are usually the Cary Grant picture, and then the other one is like modern fashion. They're like, it's so disgusting. Like, you know what? The guy on the left was considered hot at some point, so yeah. Cold tea or hot tea? I'm a hot tea person, but I'm too lazy to stand up and get some more from the teapot. I'm a Catholic myself, but this made me laugh. Then also Dr. Phil's face is just, it's amazing. Have you seen his TikToks? I think he's on TikTok now. What's my favorite Jane Austen book? Okay, so Pride and Prejudice was the first I ever read, and it's, a prime example of how romance novel should be done, and it's, all of the characters are amazing, so I love it. But also, there's Persuasion, which is short, and I just read it, I think, like 2 weeks ago, because I usually read it in springtime, and it's short, but it's just, everything about it is so perfect, like, it's just my type of romance, I don't know. Oh, was Martin Luther was Gracie's great-great-great-grandfather. That's so cool. Dr. Phil's on TikTok, apparently. Yeah, okay, so we had this meme before, so we're going back to the camera mode, and I wonder if that's what's making the whole thing lag. Just me. What's something very unique about Poland? I guess if you visited someone's house, you would get the best idea of what Polish people are and like what our customs are, because first you would be politely told to get your shoes off, or like this would be suggested, and then you would be given those slippers that you can wear, and every Pole has a huge set of those just in case someone visits, and then you would just have to sit down, and the person that you're visiting would be just running around getting tea for you and cookies and stuff. So that's a very Polish thing, I guess. And then you probably would have to drink some alcohol, but not always. It depends on the time of the day and depends on the family. Favorite gown you've sewn versus favorite gown you bought. Favorite gown I've sewn? I don't think I have one. I mean, there's plenty of stuff that I made that is kind of, that I don't like that much anymore. There is a lot of stuff that I still like. But yeah, and I've bought some historical pieces, and I think my favorite piece that I've ever bought is this gorgeous 1890s, I think, or early 1900s cape that is all covered in the black jet. Is it called black jet? Beading, embroidery. And it's just amazing. Like every time I look at it, it's just so great. So, Audrey Hepburn or Grace Kelly? Wow. I guess Audrey Hepburn. Thank you, Kate. Alcohol, what kind would you be given it at the Polish house? I don't know. I've met a lot of Polish people that drink a lot, and I've met a lot of Polish people that generally only drink when they're partying. But it's true that we do have stronger heads than most. Like, you can have an intelligent conversation with someone that is completely drunk and will probably not remember it the next day. Or will remember it. You never know. What is my favorite wine? The fuzzy strawberry one that you give children at the New Year's Eve. But that's champagne, I guess. Can you ever do what's in my handbag video? You guys, things I have in my handbag is usually crumbs from the cookies I had, used tissues and receipts, and a couple of pens. And that's what I have in my handbag. And then, if I remember, I have a lipstick with me. Can I say it's Corona time? I guess you're referring to it's Corona time. There is even vodka brand named Żubrówka. It's Żubrówka. Why am I talking about alcohol being a non-drinker? Why do Polish people always end up like this? Don't worry, you're not that late, Isabel. Do I play any instruments? I've played... Why has this turned into a Q&A all of a sudden? Playing fashion opinions for the masses. I think I was saying something, but I can't remember. So, you know what? I might... Oh yeah, we do that. We do... Like, families would give you those tiny bits of alcohol that is flavored, and it's usually like fruity, so it's not super heavy, but it's like, oh, here is this thing I made, you need to try it. So that's usually what happens. And then me not drinking, I'm also like, yeah, really no. And they're like, no, really? And I'm like, yeah, no, really, I'm okay. Drink tea time. Yeah, I'm gonna get some tea. I'm gonna get some fresh hot tea. Yay. Has it stopped lagging, or is it just me? Yeah, I guess most of Eastern Europeans are pretty good at drinking stuff. And I think it's a cultural thing. What's my opinion on classical music? I love it. I love working to classical music. And I think it's pretty, like, neutral, because it's not giving me too many feels, as film music usually does. And at the same time, it's still beautiful. So I like Debussy, Saint-Saëns, me and French names. Yay. Okay, so here's this other thing I wanted to do, and I think it's super fun. So I've picked some fashion plates for you, and I'm gonna have you rate the dresses on a scale 1 to 10. How do you feel about that? Meme that made you laugh so hard you cried. I can't remember. A lot of them. Why don't you respond? I can't respond to everyone. There is a lot of you guys. I'm trying. Yeah? Are you guys okay with the dresses? Okay. I'm drinking random tea. Oh, I forgot. I had some milk to add to it, but I didn't take it with me, so it's gone now. Okay, let's do this. So, yeah. So most of the dresses that I picked are fashion plates from March. So it's especially like March fashions, especially for now. Yeah, I did cough because like some of my tea went to the wrong hole and it just ended up. Don't worry, it's just tea. It's just tea, guys. I'm okay. So anyway, this one is from March 1899, and there are actually 2 outfits, but you have to like rate it collectively. I see you're kind of torn, because some of you are like 3, 6, and then some of you are like 10. 7 is, I guess, the average. And you like the left one more. I guess it's because of the color palette. The hat and the jacket combo on the right is kind of controversial, I guess. But that's the thing though, like a lot of the fashion plates, a lot of the dresses in those times were hardcore color combinations, like the ones that you would not have think would work. Waist too big. Black and white one is the one you prefer. Okay. Personal preferences, yeah, obviously. I mean, we're not rating historical accuracy of fashion plates that were actually made in that time in history. The trims clash. Perhaps, I mean, it's chaotic, isn't it? The one here. The striped collar, though, it's a look. Stripey challenge, yeah. This could work. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This one, I guess, is 1820s, and I think the sleeves are what made it for me. Like, I would give it a solid 7 because of the sleeves, and the color palette is really nice as well. Even though the era itself is not my forte, it's not my favorite. But the sleeves, though. I just realized you guys are a little bit behind because of the streaming, so I'm just gonna wait till you guys get here. Oh, you guys have seen this one. You really liked that. Wow. A lot of you guys went for like a 10. Okay. I mean, yeah, the color combination is better here. And the sleeves are cool. But like, there's plenty of stuff on the skirts that I'm not sure I like. But the sleeves, I would 100% wear something like this. Better waistline. It's higher than the natural waistline, so it depends what you're looking for. But it's really interesting, isn't it? How does her shawl work? I think it's just stuck on whatever she's leaning on, and then some of it is in her hand and the other bit is on her wrist. So yes, this is a really good outfit for practicing social distancing, because someone comes closer to you and you're just like, Yeah, I mean, it would be really cool to recreate those sleeves, right? I feel it looks like they have some sort of construction underneath, like wiring or something. Yeah, the bottom trimming is what is a bit... I mean, you know, considering the rest of the dress is quite plain, it's not that much, but it's just a bit... Her shoulders look like Minecraft. Yeah, see, that's what I don't like about Minecraft graphic design. Okie doke, should we do the next one? Yes, the slow mode is on because we had a really hard time trying to read all the chat messages, like both me and you guys, so I turned the slow mode on. But when it comes to the voting, it comes really fast because all of you guys are typing at the same time. But it's okay, because then it... Where's this from? I found it on Pinterest. Honestly, I have no idea. But if you save it, then crop me out and put it on images on Google, you should be able to find the source. Okie doke. Next one. Oh, so this is a similar one. We have 2 ladies, and there's even more stuff. I think this one was 1828, if I remember correctly. And this was also a March fashion plate. So it's... It's what was I saying? 3 out of 10, 10 out of 10. You guys are really not sure. 4, 3, yeah, it's a lot. Though, I must say that these types of dresses look much better on person than they do on a fashion plate. But you guys are not into it, I can see that. You're like 2, 4, 3, 8.5. Oh, someone really liked it. So you either love it or you hate it. You're like, yes, that's the thing, or nah. But yeah, you should see what it looks like on some costumers, because they can really nail 1830s. If you know about American Duchess, it's both a shoe making company and a book writing company and a general costume stuff making company and a group of amazing people. They do have a tendency to wear 1830s as a group, and they nail it. So if you want to see some, it's not 1830s, but it's almost 1830s. So if you want to see some 30s inspiration, you should check them out, because they do it really well, and they really show it. Like, they show how well it can look on a person. I might attempt that hair at some point, but I would need some serious headpieces. Hair pieces, rather, because like that's a lot of hair. Where are the scooters? That's another thing. I always have a problem with that phrase that American Duchess ladies do. They do ride scooters in 1830s dresses, indeed. The color palette, yeah, I'm really into this color palette. It looks really spring-like. Cinderella's evil sisters out of 10. True. Can we look at the hashtag again? Good idea. We probably should. Let me just have a look what's going on in here to make sure you guys are staying proper. Because you never know. You guys have been tagging me like crazy, and now I can't get rid of that notification. Okay, so I think this is where we stopped the last time. Let me show you guys. And now we go here. So we can see some sewing. That's a nice fan. Some outfits, some tea, some meme mom banner, some more tea. A lot of you guys are actually drinking tea, unlike me. I love how you guys have dressed up, even though I can't see you. Like, I can only see the pictures, but it's very sweet. Cause like, what other? Whoa, that's a badass mask. That's a serious plague doctor vibe right there. Wow. Oh, that's a gorgeous chemise à Lorraine. Wow, these are some really nice designs. You guys are really busy out there. Is anyone even listening to me, or are you guys just working? And I'm just in somewhere in the background like, that's a nice hat. Life has taught me to think, but thinking has not taught me to live. Okay, stop the display. How do I stop it? Here. Yay. We were looking at dresses though, so let's keep doing that. Will I post more get ready with me videos? I might, though I'm stuck here with no costumes. Like, most of my stuff is left in the city, and then some of it is here. I took most of my corsets just in case I wanted to make something, because it's always easier to make a petticoat from scratch than to make a corset. So the Bingley sisters. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So something a lot more modern, even though it's from 100 years ago. It's March 1925. How would you rate this one, this whole outfit? I'll give you some more time to catch up with me. Why am I hiding out in the country? Because in the city I don't have a balcony and my flat is not huge. So it's so much easier here to just, especially when the weather is so nice, to just have all this space in the forest and the field, and you know, it's just much more. It's much more pleasant here. 93850 out of 10. Really? I think it's a sexy look. Or are you guys still rating the other one? No, you guys don't like the thimble. 6. I might do some 1920s sewing because I took 1920s shoes with me just in case I needed them. So you guys really hate the hat. Yeah, it looks pretty awkward on this drawing. Is she holding a wig? No, I think it's just another hat with some plume feathers on it. I like the mirror, but that's about it. I get it, okay. It is kind of like a choker, isn't it? And it is true that it's a silhouette that doesn't work well with every body type. Like, it's sometimes hard to master. No bell hats! It's very Lady Mary. Yeah, it is. I think she would look great in it. I think it's a red dress with blue elements, or it could be a blue dress and a red coat on top of it. Needs a smaller cloche. I mean, it's 1925, so you'll probably get smaller in a couple of years. Color scheme is... I feel like it's cute, but... yeah, I mean, it's hard to master the silhouette if you're not a cartoon. But then you have all these actresses from 1920s, and they're not like super skinny and flat, and you know, they don't look like the drawings. So I guess it could work either way. You just have to have the right undergarments for it, and you have to just get the pattern right. Should I give you my ratings? I liked the illustration, the outfit itself. Probably a 6.5. Cause the color palette is not really my style. You think the white hat would work better? I like the black one because there are a lot of black elements on the dress. Plague era fashion haul. I've done the other one without knowing what 2020 has in store. And you know, plague jokes are kind of hit or miss, so I'm gonna stick to some lighter topics. The guy that's peeking out of the dress, what? I can't see anything. I'm 1920s from the waist down and 1960s from the waist up. What does that mean? Okay, should we... Is this a Chanel suit? I'm not sure. There's some small stuff written at the bottom, so it might be, but I don't know. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Yay! This one was 1905, I think. Also March. All of these are from March. So let's rate... You can rate each of them separately or two of them at the same time. My earrings are grapes. These are like tiny grapes. And you can get them from Lady Detal on Etsy. This lady is playing it too safe. 2 pigeon chest. It is a controversial look. I feel like with Edwardian fashion, there's a lot of stuff I like, but it's very like season to season for me. Like there's a lot of stuff I like from particular years, or like summer stuff, or should I rate this one? I'd give it a... Do I give everything a 7? But I like it, but not enough to make it, if you know what I mean. I'm not a fan of the sleeves. They look kind of 1980s grandma to me. But I love the skirts. And I like the bodice on the left, and I like the collar as well. They'd look so much better on real people. That's true, because the silhouettes are really exaggerated. Like, this is not at all what human being looks like in those outfits. So, I actually quite like the dots. Sleeves could knock a guy out. I guess they would be handy in those times to be like, nah, too close. I feel like the fashion plates are always really exaggerated, and that's why they don't always look the best. But they give you a general idea of what the fashionable silhouette was like. So I think it's a really good source if you're like into fashion history and you're trying to find out what people actually were striving to look like. They have no waist? What do you mean? There's plenty of waist I see. Their heads are so small. It's always really exaggerated. And if you look at drawings from like practically every era, they're always elongated. And even modern fashion illustrations are always like 10 kilometers of legs and then 2 centimeters of a head. The lady on the right looks like she's doing the duck dance, someone wrote. Why do they look like antique Barbie dolls? You know what? There is something about the proportions that does look like that. Okie doke, should we go to the next fashion plate? Okay, the left one is the look for me. I think it's 69, March 1869, I think, because I can't remember. And just the yellow and black. Ah, so cool. What shoes did they wear? Depends on the era. B, yes! I'm really into the B color palette right now. The yellow and black. Have you seen the what was it called? It's not a jacket. The bodice that Lauren from American Duchess made 16th century one, I think late 16th century or early 17th century. No, it's 17th century. Oh, it's so good. It's like the structure. This could be a meme. I think it's funny in this particular fashion plate how those two dresses are completely the opposite and just the contrast between them. And often the colors that are featured on fashion plates were the choice of whoever was doing the hand painting, so it's not necessarily what was super fashionable at the time or what was actually available when it comes to the fabric, but I find them really interesting because, no one was like, oh, that's an ugly color combination. They had to like look at these and think, oh, so that's what's fashionable right now. I did not study fashion history at college, sadly, because it's not really a super available topic to study. Like, there aren't many courses that teach you that. You have to finish history of art first, or like art history or art or design, and that wasn't really what I was looking for. So you guys really like the one on the left, don't you? I feel like it's the first one that's kind of simple and more plain, and maybe that's why you prefer it. What's in my cup? Some cold tea, because, again, I wasn't drinking when I was supposed to be drinking, so. Lady in the white looks disgusted. She looks judgy. She doesn't look disgusting. Disgusted. Disgusting. Is it a wedding dress? That's what I'm trying to figure out. It does look so because all of the accessories are white, but I can't really read the... Oh, I just noticed her sleeves are sort of slashed. And it does look a bit like it's maybe a little bit Polish inspired, because we have this traditional costume that features double sleeves. One of them are like undersleeves, and then you have some slashed sleeves on top of that. And I've noticed it's sometimes featured as a sort of like a Polish element. So, or it could be a Tudor influence as well. You never know. Okay, you like the B one, okay. Oh, you like the white one better. Next one. This fashion plate really does not help this silhouette. I feel like it kind of makes you think that this one particular caricature of a lady wearing a hoop skirt is real, and it's not. Do you know this one where there is like a couple of ladies, like maids, trying to dress a lady, and they put this huge hoop skirt on, or rather like a cage crinoline, and there is a lot of like huge boning channels. It just looks so odd. So that's a caricature. That's not an actual thing. It was used in a series of pictures that you would have a look at through I don't know the English word for this, but you would basically like flip the pictures and see a stereo... I don't even know the word, but it kind of was like early 3D. So that was not a real stuff. That was supposed to be like entertainment only. So that does not show what actual crinolines look like. Oh, you guys really like the red cloak. She has no ribs. I think she still might have some left. It's not that bad. Personal space detector. I've seen these memes. You guys sent me these memes of like ladies in crinolines going like, here's what we have to wear now. You really like the cloak. I have one red cloak that I made for my 18th century dress, and unfortunately the hood, which was the most difficult element, is too small, because I forgot that 18th century stuff means big hair, and whenever I wear it, it kind of pulls my neck back a bit, because it's supposed to be worn with the hood and not hanging on my neck. So white bodice is gorgeous. I think it is. Yeah, it's obviously a ball gown, but it's a really nice bodice. And the sleeves are like double sleeves with puffy elements and black ribbon. I don't think it's a toilet paper dress, you guys, but if you have some stuff left over when it's all done, you could probably try making it from toilet paper and then reusing it, obviously, because we don't want to waste that much. Lady Gaga Met Gala outfit in 1900s. 1800s, actually, but yeah. The bottom isn't working. I think it's the fault of the fashion plate, because it made it look really flat. Like, it literally does look like this 18th century lady from the meme that we've just seen, where the pannier is actually a flat structure. And it does look flat in here because the perspective is kind of messed up, and the hem is not round as it's supposed to be. The hood, it's difficult to say if it's attached or not. I can't see because it's a small picture, but it looks like a separate garment, to be honest, because the overlayer on the red cloak is, I think, different fabric completely. Met Gala this year, yeah, it was supposed to be about Orlando, right? That would be some serious stuff to rant about. And did they cancel that already, or not yet? But they probably will. Well, that leaves all those celebrities more time to get, crazy about it, so. The item in the hand of the woman in white is a closed fan. Oh, someone thought that's a cigarette. No, I don't think it is. That's it could be a fan, or it could, I think it is a fan. Yeah. Snow White and Rose Red. I think I remember that story, yeah. Poor girl is shaped like an ice cream cone. Yeah. They cancelled them at Gala already. Damn it! What am I gonna rant about? We have to make our own Met Gala. Is the Red Cloak woman single? Joke, unless. What's on her head? I think it's a ball headpiece. I'm not sure what it's made of because I can't see, but it's probably some flowers and ribbon and just some decoration. They had a lot of really inventive decoration for evening wear, and that's what I don't like about movies. They never show that. They're always like either flowy hair or like, I don't know, single flower, and I'm like, really? Have you seen what those ladies put on their heads? Because that's a lot of stuff. Could this be worn as a wedding dress at the time? I don't think so, because it's not all white and the headpiece is not very wedding-like. Can we please have a virtual Met Gala? Okay, let's do this. What era is this again? 1867 or 4, I can't remember. I think it's the second half of the 1860s because it's pretty wide. They put dead birds to their hats, right? Depending how you look at it, but they did put stuffed animals on their hats sometimes. Where would you wear this type of gown? This looks like a ball gown to me, or an evening gown. Sometimes they differ, because sometimes evening gowns would be trained and ball gowns would not be trained, and they would be, generally speaking, more practical to wear at a ball where you do a lot of dancing and stuff. This one, I can't see what it says on the fashion plate, but it looks like a ball gown to me. So you'd probably wear it to a ball or an evening event that you're invited to or you host, and just have a good time, Is that a shoe I see poking out of her dress? Does that mean you can see her ankles? I think you could see a lot of ankles at balls in 1860s because of the crinoline dresses, and I don't know if you've ever seen someone dancing in a crinoline, but it's very swishy swooshy, like there is a lot of movement, and obviously they did wear modesty petticoats underneath and drawers and stuff, but ankles are pretty low, so I guess you could easily see that when they were waltzing or doing the quadrille. And I can't stress to say how many times fans have saved my life. Did I really say that in 2018? I guess I did, yeah, in one of the Get Ready With Me videos. And then I went on to forget taking a fan with me to each and every event I went to. Oh, someone here has danced in crinolines. It is fun, isn't it? Yeah. She looks like she's floating. Yeah, it does look like a shadow a bit, doesn't it? Okay, let's get on with this. This one was 1805, March 1805. It's not cropped properly, but who cares? Cześć! But anyway, it's a really odd silhouette. There's plenty of English fashion plates from this era that are really strange because the bust is kind of really wide, and then the silhouette is a bit oval. Yeah, you guys don't love that, do you? You're like 3, 2, 2, 1, -5 out of 10. Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Like, I picked this one because I knew it's gonna be controversial. 1,000. It's a weird one, and the color palette makes it look like it's some type of a dog, especially with the muff and the feathers. So maybe it could work as a dog cosplay, you know? Doesn't look like it fits right. It's odd. There's not all of the 1805 fashion plates I've seen have this silhouette, but some of the English ones tend to have this really oval like silhouette where it gets a bit wider in your torso and then hips. I'm not sure why that is, but maybe that was fashionable at the time. I'll have to check it with the paintings at the time. Nan Shepherdess chic. Headpiece is interesting. I guess it's a bonnet. It's cut off a bit, but it's a bonnet with a lot of feathers on it. Look at those feet. Yeah, that's some cute shoes, isn't it? Why? Just why? I don't know why. You don't ask why about fashion. Sis in the picture is rocking that old spinster look. Yeah, I guess the color palette makes it look a bit spinster-like. Yeah, so the fashion plates were always exaggerated a lot. So whenever you see some crazy measurements or waist that goes really crazy, it's usually because of the invention of the artist. And, you know, obviously it's the ideal. So, like, you wanted to have that silhouette, but you didn't want your waist to be the size of your wrist. But that's what sometimes happens on fashion plates because it's not a real person. So that's why all of them are, like, stretched out or, I don't know, their necks are longer or their arms are looking a bit weird. Do they ever show pregnant women? Not in this time period. There are some pregnant fashions later in the century, around 1870s, 1880s is when they start showing that in the magazines, but they're always quite discreet about it. Is she an egg? I don't know, you decide. What was the popular style for the time? Or was that the popular style for the time? I guess those kind of like half pelisses where you have an overcoat that is not reaching the floor or the hem of your skirt was a popular look around 1805 or like early 1800s. And it's not given enough love. Like everyone always goes for like super long pelisse, whereas these look really just as much fun and they're less fabric. So Conan Gray is gonna be live in 30 minutes. I think we're gonna be done by then, so don't worry. Does no one like it? I think there were a couple of people that liked it, but she's actually holding her pet dog. Is she? Where is it? Where is its face though? What's that necklace? I can't really see, but I'm assuming it's a watch. Because it looks quite asymmetrical. The bottom seems questionable. Yeah, I guess with a different color scheme it could work. Like, if you imagine it's green or something. I don't understand her chest. That's what I was saying about really confusing fashion plates from 1805. And I think it's that particular year where they went a little bit overboard with, like, spreading the chest on the sides. Lorgnettes, it could be. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah. So it's like early glasses. So back then you wouldn't wear your glasses permanently. You would just take them up and have a look whenever you needed to. So like, let's say you're approaching someone on the street and you're not sure if you know them or, you know, they're waving at you and like, do I know her? Is that my friend? You go like, oh, hi, Catherine. Maybe not like that, but you know what I mean. Does she have a tail? Where? Oh, no, I think it's just a bit of her overcoat. The boobs are really high as well. Yeah, that's what stays do to you. So that's believable, but it's quite a striking look. Okay, should we move on to the next one while I'll pour some more tea in my cup? This one is 1896, I think. So have a look and let me know how you would rate this. This one is your favorite so far. You really like it. I think this one would work really nicely on a modern red carpet even. Wow, there is not a single rating that goes below 6, I think. It's very plain. Like, the silhouette is obviously gorgeous. And what was that? The look you would wear after getting divorced. Depends on the divorce, I guess, but I think it's a velvet dress with a train. So see, this is what I was talking about when I was mentioning evening gowns. I'm not sure because I haven't read the description, but I think that's an evening gown as, opposite to the ball gown. Because the ball gown would probably not be super trained. I mean, some of them were though, like it's hard to tell, but I sometimes get really confused with all the names and the categories that you had for clothing and, the times in the day that you would wear them. For example, this thing I'm wearing right now, like if I had to specify what hours of the day I would be allowed to wear this in 1890s, it would be hard to tell. So, and also it seems to me that different countries looked at it differently and had some different customs, especially in the late 19th, early 20th century. A lot of the countries started getting like really modern, and then some of them were like really, what's the word? They were like sticking to the rules, so it depends. You like the train? She's definitely took a big life insurance policy out of on her husband recently. I think you just really like the confidence of this lady, not so much the dress. You're just like, whoa, damn, this lady, she could rock, whichever room she went into, people just went like, oh, there she is. Conservative, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the top is cute as well. I'm not sure if I mean, I like the choker thingy, but I'm not... Actually, was it 1890s or 1906? I can't remember. I'm gonna have to check and I'll probably just write it in the comments. But yeah, it's a cute look. Yeah, it's fun to look at fashion plates. I always do that whenever I have to look for something that, like, I go on Pinterest and there's this thing where it gives you the recommended fashion plates or stuff that you would like to see. And that's a never-ending story. Like, I go on Pinterest looking for 1890 stuff and I leave with like thousands of pins on 17th century fashion. So it's never what you're looking for. Is this stream going to stay up? Hopefully, if I figure out how to do it, yes, it will. Esther's from Meet Me in St. Louis. I can't remember her dress. Was it red? I watched it for my bachelor thesis. It was one of the films I analyzed. Do I like pearls? I'm not a very pearl person. I like my jewelry to be golden and big. Is she wearing 2 necklaces? Well, if you count the choker thingy as a necklace, then I guess, unless they're connected. But it looks like there's a pearl necklace and a choker style thing. The thing is, a lot of stuff in 1890s or 1900s was not jewelry per se, but an element of the dress. So like, for example, the one that I was supposed to make for the ball had this black ruff around the neck. So it wasn't really a necklace, but it was some type of decoration. Isn't your tea cold by now? Yep, it pretty much is, yeah. Is she leaning on something? She's leaning on something, definitely. Did people in this time dress vintage? Yeah. There were a lot of trends that were supposedly inspired by previous centuries and or eras or decades, even though sometimes it didn't quite work the way they imagined. Like they didn't really know what fashion was back then, so they didn't have the good sources and resources, and they kind of fantasized a bit, what they thought it looked like. So, for example, in 1890s, there were those high collars that they thought looked 17th century, even though, like, not a lot of people in 17th century wore them. And then, what else was I trying to say as an example? Oh, you also had those, the back of the dress sometimes would feature those white pleats, which made it a bit loose. And that was called bateau pleats, based on the 18th century dresses. So even though it didn't look remotely like the 18th century dresses, they called it that because it was supposedly an inspiration. It does look a bit like it's attached to the choker. Does it say 1898? I can't see because it's so too small on my computer, but yeah, I thought it's 1890 something. 1898 would work, yeah. The 60s reimagined the 20s, kind of, yeah. There is, it's always a loop, it's always a circle, it always goes like that. Isn't she an actress? I don't think so. She's just a confident lady from a fashion place. What's my favorite? Have I seen Queen Maud's dresses? Yeah, she always wears that thing, which is both a necklace and a neck piece, I guess. What's my favorite era for colors? I don't know. I always prefer English fashions from French because of the colors specifically. So, like, I really like the English color palette. But era, I don't know, because there's practically every color existed in obviously not like neons and colors that hasn't been invented yet, but the color palettes were quite wide most of the times. Oh yeah, thanks Delaney for reminding people that if they have a question that they want me to answer without the sound on, like just writing, they can write written please, and then I would hopefully see it. Next fashion plate. 1847, March 1847. These two ladies are chilling, they're staying inside because they're responsible, having a look. Oh no, actually, yeah, no, that's a theater. I thought they're at the balcony. That's actually, there is a lady dancing right there, so no. But, it was 1847, they didn't have to, so it's okay. Big Ten 4. Most of you guys like this. Looks like you could wear it today, does it? I think it's a pretty significant change from what we're wearing nowadays. 7, 10, 10, 6, 5, 7, 7, 4, 8, 8, 8, 9. Gals being pals, that's right. Green dress, 10 out of 10. Striped, 7 out of 10. I do prefer the green dress as well. But the hairstyle, though, is much more interesting on the right. But the bodice, I think the bodice is nicer on the left, but then the skirt is... there is a lot of stuff going on the left, and I'm not sure I like. There is, I think, lace panels on it. What tea am I drinking? I have no idea. At this point, it's just cold water with some tea flavor, so I don't think it's arsenic green. It looks too faded, but then you never know. The bodices are really long. I've noticed that. They're really long. It does look like Princess Leia. Yeah, I've noticed that. I want to be the ballerina in the background. Yeah, me too. I mean, I can't dance, but If I had to dance, I would do it in an 1840s or 1850s ballerina outfit. No, that's not a statue. That's a lady dancing in the background because they're in the theater. They're in this, what's it called? You guys will tell me what the name is anyway. Leia 1840s cosplay. Oh, hi, Anna. Thank you, Ben. That's very sweet. Her skirt is striped. I guess the whole outfit is striped. It's probably striped box. Yes, thank you. A theater box. Yeah. The whole outfit is striped, I guess, and the top of the bodice is probably some type of lace. I can't really see. Like, I can't see anything. You guys probably see it better than I do. Theater balcony or a theater box. Theater box is what I was trying to say, yeah. Or loża, as we would say in Poland, so. Arsenic poisoning is definitely a topic I need to read more about, because I made this video about Victorian things that were dangerous and stuff, and I need to read more about how it actually affected people instead of going for this, you know, sensational stuff, because, no, that's not the word. You know, the controversial stuff is not always the truth, so, yeah. Loża, yeah, it's the same. It's on slow mode because it was going so fast no one could read a thing, including me, so... Yeah, check Instagram. Good idea. So, let's see what people are posting under the hashtag costume tea party. See, there are some of these that I haven't seen before in the newest section, and I feel like Instagram is playing games with me. Okay, let's do this again. So let's stop with the dress rating for a little bit and let's go to Instagram, where we have some more people, smartly dressed people, people with beverages. Ooh, that's a mask. Some knitting, some sewing, tea, obviously because it's a tea party, haha. Oh, that's a lovely Victorian outfit. I don't know about these kids, by the way, sorry, they popped up in this hashtag because someone was having a costume tea party before me. So if you want to have a look at some adorable children, they're also there. That's a lovely vintage outfit that I've seen before, and it's not showing under the newest posts, so for some reason. Some fashion plates, yay! Okie doke. And yes, and I'm back to the camera mode. And dresses. Let's see if I have any dresses left to rate. Oh, we have the B palette again. So there is that. I would personally, I'm not a fan of this silhouette. I think it's 79 or 78. I can't remember. But I'm not always a fan of this silhouette. I actually am not a fan at all. But these though, like the color palette. Have I watched ITV's Victoria? I think I've watched half of the first episode. And I can't remember why I stopped watching it, but the costumes look great. Thanks, guys, for being sweet. 10, 2, 2, 10, 9, 7, 7, 10, 9, 9, 9, 10, 7, 10, 5, 6. Yeah, you guys mostly like this. It's again in the B color palette that I think looks really cool. Hufflepuff as well, yeah, that's some strong Hufflepuff vibes, right? Show-stopping, 10 out of 10. Headpiece though, yeah, I feel like the headpiece is a bit 18th century inspired, or no, because that's feathers, so I can't see what's going on in there, but And again, I think she's holding either a fan. It's probably a fan, yeah. I like how she's just casually strolling across a field in this. She's just like, who cares about my train? You know, I have money to repair it, so Hufflepuff pride. Can't relate, a Slytherin here, so... Grey trim. Yeah, well... Oh, I've just noticed the striped panel under the overskirt, which looks cute. Yay for stripes. Oh, this whole thing, yeah, she's like, oh, you know, it's all silk, but I don't care about the mud. I'll just make an identical dress next week, so... When your fake butt slips down. That's, yeah, that's a clever way to put it, like the silhouette. She looks like she's gonna tip over. I think that's because of the train. She looks like she's kind of leaning this way, but... She's watching the horse races. She could be. That's why I thought originally that what she's holding is the lorgnette. But now I'm not so sure anymore. Seven. Hufflepuff, yeah, that's a nice Hufflepuff look. I should probably do like Pinterest boards with particular Hogwarts houses, and yeah, just like here is Slytherin, here is 18th century Ravenclaw. I don't understand her hair. There isn't much of it showing, but most of the 1870s stuff I've seen is really, really complex. Okie doke. Next fashion plate. Yeah, well, we've seen a similar one before, so before you go into rating it, I'm just gonna scroll next, or is that the last one? Oh, another one of the black and white thingy. And just to clarify, what she's holding is a muff. It's not a big wig, it's just a muff. And it's not a dead animal, so... I hope you guys are rating the dress that I'm actually showing right now. I'm just gonna wait till you guys figure out that I've skipped one look. But yeah, more bees. I don't know, I didn't even know that there are so many dresses in this color palette. In this particular, like, choice of fashion plates. But I guess that's a sign that I should be onto something soon. She looks fierce, solid 7. I think it's a good example of how military events influence fashion at the time. So it is a woman, but the whole outfit and the hat is obviously very like men's fashion inspired. And military inspired as well. Gentleman Jack vibes, I guess, yeah. You guys are not sure if you like it. The face looks rough. I guess all of our faces look rough now after we spent 2 hours on this live stream, so... I think this should be our last fashion plate. Because those of you guys that are in my time zone are probably quite tired. Very post-Waterloo. This might actually be before Waterloo. Again, I forgot the year. Cat looks like it has a rotten banana. You're actually right, and you just ruined this fashion plate for me, so... She has like 3 tons. That used to be hot though, so... Loki looks like a priest. It's been 2 hours, yeah, I'm surprised as well, but it is. It's almost 11 where I live, so as an old person, it's usually the time I'm already sleeping. Just kidding, but sometimes it is. Depends on whether I'm watching something or not. Rotten banana look, yeah. Would you like to rate the skipped outfit? Okay, If you want to, then we can make it the last one. I think if I press this, we go back to these, which are pretty similar to what we've already rated, like the color palette and the sleeves. But if you want to, we can make it the last one. So let's just rate this while I pour some more cold tea into my, not a teapot, what is it? A teacup. I'm actually surprised that I managed to speak non-stop English for 2 hours and I hadn't switched to Polish yet accidentally, because I used to do that when I was living in Scotland. I would go like, yeah, tak. The models are really pretty. Well, they draw them that way. 9 out of 8. What kind of rating is that? 8, 7, 8.5, 6, 1 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 5, 5, 5, 9. So I guess you guys are kind of torn. Some of you like it, but some of you think the silhouette is too much. You don't like the sleeves, and the pigeon breast is a controversial look, so I get it. It's not for everyone, but just to clarify, it's again one of these looks that look really cool on a person. So if you look at the photographs of ladies from the era, it's actually very nice. They have the figure of male superheroes. Is it a bad thing though? Mutton sleeves. I'm not even sure if these are... Yeah, I guess the one on the left could be called a mutton sleeve, but... yeah, I guess they are, because the previous ones were kind of really floppy, and mutton sleeves are usually quite big and structured. At least the ones that I've seen from 1890s, 1830s. They're usually quite impressive, and these are just like sad. Okay, should we hop on Instagram for the last time and see what's up, what people are up to, what they're posting, what they're doing, what tea they're drinking. Wow, there's some serious work being done here right now, so... if you post a picture on Instagram, make sure to tag me on the picture, because if you tag me in the description and I don't scroll fast enough to see it, it's just gonna get lost. So if you want me to see a picture and like it, just tag me on the picture itself. Okay, so we've stopped somewhere here and we have some more pictures of people looking kind of bored. Are you guys bored? Are you just tired? Or are you just happy to you know, be a part of this, and you do just feel relaxed? Maybe you just feel relaxed. That's some lovely vintage looks, by the way. You guys are rocking the lipstick. And there's some serious work being done, some knitting, and oh wow, that pleated sleeve, damn. Okie doke. Back to the camera now. I lost the live chat. Where is it? Here. So let me just finish my cold tea. Do I know what paluski are? I guess you're referring to paluszki, which are a famous Polish snack that is just those kind of like long crackers, but they're also like cracker sticks. And they can be salty and with some herbs or sesame. You guys are still rating the dresses. I guess I'm far behind in this. So yeah, I'll just wait till you guys catch up so I can read the messages. And yeah, Will there be another costume tea party? I don't know. If you liked it, we could do it more frequently. It was the first time I was going live, so I didn't really know what was going on. I've noticed that at the beginning my computer was like, wow, what is going on? And then it kind of got used to it. So if I figure out the way to make my computer not lag and not go crazy. Are you a palushki? Because you look like a snack. Nice try. Okie doke. So I think we're pretty much done here. We've had a look at all the fashion plates. Yes, I have been drinking the same cold tea for 2 hours. Yes. That's the story of my life. I've done that many times, so nothing to be worried about. But yeah, anyway, we've done the fashion plates, we've done the memes, and we've had a look at what you guys were posting and what you were doing on Instagram. And a friendly reminder that if you want to post something on Instagram that is remotely livestream related, you should go for the costume tea party hashtag, and that's where you can see what people were wearing during this. I was wearing my Edwardian wrapper, and some people were dressed to the what's the phrase? You let me know anyway. So yeah. I'm not sure how to... If you want to see Insta stories with the hashtag, I think you have to go on the hashtag on Instagram, and then there is this little circle at the top where you get all the stories. So I think that's where you can see it. So did you miss the memes? Too bad. Well, next time perhaps. So thanks for joining me, you guys. It's been fun, and I hope you enjoyed spending your Friday night like this. And yeah. Now it's probably gonna take me 10 minutes to figure out how to... Dress to the nines, thank you! I was like, dressed to the tops, dressed to the nails? Thank you, my lovely moderators on the live chat. And thanks to everyone who voted, rated the dresses, and enjoyed this. So I need to take my contact lenses off, because I've noticed how red my eyes are. Thanks for dressing up and having tea with me. So, see you next time, sometime. How do I stop it?